Thanks everybody for joining us for the first episode of the first season of Unscripted, a LeaseLock podcast. I'm Andrew Bowen. I'm one of the hosts here on Unscripted. And again, we're just very, very thankful that you joined us. And we're going to use this first episode to really kind of give you a taste and feel for what this whole series is going to be delivering. You know, our goal is to not necessarily make this just all about a commercial endeavor kind of a thing. We really want to be able to share the heart of multifamily, give a forum for, partners and constituents within the industry, a place where they can actually share the stories of people helping people, because that really is what multifamily is all about at the end of the day. And joining me for this first episode of the podcast is LeaseLock CEO, Janine Jovanovich. Janine, welcome to the show and the first episode. What do you think being the first guest?
I'm a little nervous. I mean, Andrew, You
shouldn't be nervous.
No, I love being here. This to me is an exciting moment. And I'm so happy that we were able to come back together after so many years.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
And I just have so much respect for you, and I admire you so much. And, most importantly, you have shared values about, caring for renters and making sure that everything we do is very mindful about benefiting renters, despite the fact that we are a commercial endeavor. And so, I want to use our podcast to talk about what's going on in the industry and what matters and what's affecting us and the communities in which our properties are located.
Yeah, and the us being the collective us, not just, the supplier side of the business or the operator side of the business or the owner side of the business, but also the resident side of the business, which is why we've really dedicated, season one anyways, to the S of ESG, and really thinking about that from, yes, the social, what it truly means, but really delving into the service side of that, which means really talking about, when you think of the 4 Ps in property management, the people side of the business. And I know this is something that you've got a deep passion about, and really is kind of why you came back into this side, right?
Yeah, I took some time off to invest and, build a multifamily portfolio. But this I wanted to get back in to do something that was specifically mission-driven around ESG.
Yeah, and this is something that, again, we kind of joked earlier before we came on air that we kind of grew up in the business. But, I started, I've beaten this story into the ground in different areas, but, I started as a resident assistant when I was, 19 years old. You beat me on this thing. You literally grew up in the business, right?
Yeah, family owned some apartment buildings, and I wasn't allowed to sit idle. So every moment.
I think it might also have been cheap labor. I'm not going to throw you down on that bus, but maybe.
Well, every moment of availability, I was coming with, dad to work. And so, I was fortunate enough to lease apartments and learn from some incredible property managers and work my way up to assistant manager. And, this is kind of all in and out of going to college. And, I just developed a lot of passion really early on. And I think the thing that floated my boat the most was connecting with the renters, right? Because, they're coming in and they're looking for a home. And you want to be really, you genuinely want to help them find a home.
Yeah.
And when you do, and then they're happy, and then they come back to the leasing office a few months later, and, I became friends with some of the residents that lived at the properties,
For sure.
I think I enjoy doing things where I know I'm touching renters' lives.
Well, and that's what I hope we touch on this first season. I know the guest lineup we've got for some where, we're going to be talking to investors in real estate who are very much investing with resident good in mind, and some of the programs they're bringing really creatively to their properties, talking with operators on, how are they bringing services and goods to, a resident base, and really thinking about them past just, is the rent check coming in, which unfortunately is kind of the knock we sometimes get in this industry from the outside.
True.
And even down to okay, what about the ways that, there's some people who are progressively thinking forward past, how do we raise the next generation of leaders within multifamily, which is something I know you've been a part of. put the praise the opposite direction. You know, I wouldn't be as where I'm at in this industry without, you know, the guidance and help that you'd given me, you know, over the years and the mentorship. So it's conversations like that that I'm super excited to bring to the forefront.
We have a lot of incredible contributors in our space, right? And I can't wait to see our friends that we respect and admire coming on to talk about, you know, what are the challenges today, right? Knowing that everyone who's going to be on the show cares about renters and the S and the ESG, right? So what are some of the challenges that we're facing? What are, you know, market, economic, political challenges that are, you know, sometimes creating roadblocks for us to really do as good as we want to do. And so it's going to be a lot of really interesting conversations coming our way.
I hope so. That's my job and my role is to actually make all that happen.
You are going to make it happen. I know you, Andrew.
I know I don't have a choice on that. So with that, we do hope that you'll be joining us for the rest of obviously season 1, but also as this is an ongoing series that goes through as we really do focus in on how multifamily is doing good within our space, within our properties, within our communities, within our overall ecosystem. So again, appreciate you tuning in to understand what LeaseLock Unscripted is all about, and we'll see you soon.